Conor Benn absolutely dominates Chris Eubank Jr. in their rematch 12-0 and knocks him down in the 12th. And today we're going to be breaking down that whole fight card from the first fight of the night to the main event. All right, so let's get into it. First, Mikey Tallon versus Fenzin Shahid. Now, Mikey Tallon in this fight, if you guys remember pre-fight predictions, I said I think that he'll just box circles around him. That he didn't have a lot of power. I seen one knockout. Didn't know if he was punching like that. But I forgot that I had seen him fight before. It was on a Riyadh season card. It was like one of the more low-key cards. And I remember he dropped the dude like 2-3 times. He couldn't finish him. And I remember that right before watching this fight. But I still thought, I was like, all right, he might drop the dude. I don't think he's going to finish him. Mikey Tallon comes out in the first round, pumping his jab from the outside, outboxing Shahid like he's supposed to, just beating him up. And I think in the second round, he comes out, starts fighting on the inside, whooping Shahid. Third round, throws a nasty uppercut, knocks Shahid out. First fight of the night, knocks Shahid out. Nasty. Beautiful. Beautiful knockout. I'm really excited to see how Mikey Tallon develops in the future. Looks like he's going to be an interesting guy to see. Next fight, Sam Gilley versus Ishmael Davis. Now, going to this fight, I picked Ishmael Davis to win. I think I had him winning by decision. And that's exactly what happened. Very close fight at the beginning. Ishmael Davis, he was switching a lot. He was getting caught by the uppercut, which he would get hurt by later in the fight. But he looked good, man. He looked good. He fought his heart out just like I knew he would. He's a very greedy fighter. I like him a lot. He won the fight. He knocked Gilley down in the 12th, but they didn't call it a knockdown. Should have been a knockdown. I actually scored the fight 6-6 a draw because they didn't count the knockdown. I did have it 6-6. And I think the judges gave it to Ishmael Davis 115-113, which would be 7-5. I'm not mad at it. It's not a robbery. He should have won anyway. He deserved the win tonight. Great stuff by Ishmael Davis, man. Great stuff. And by the way Eddie Hearn was talking, it looked like if he would have lost this one, then he probably would have got cut or something. So, I mean, that man fought for his job and everything, and he fought hard. And, great win by Ishmael Davis. Really great stuff right there. Next, Richard Riakporhe versus Tommy Welch. I did pick Tommy Welch. That was probably the worst prediction I've ever had in my life. The worst. Actually, no. The worst was Errol Spence being a Terrence Crawford. But that's because I'm an Errol Spence fan. So it doesn't really count. A little bit of bias. But, bro, Tommy Welch. In the first round, he went out there and landed like 3 or 4 big overhands, right? And I'm like, oh, yeah, he got this. Man. Yo, that dude got dropped in the second. Bro, he almost went flying out the arena. It was really embarrassing. Riakporhe smoked him really bad. Great performance by Riakporhe. Excited to see how he looks in the future. I don't know how he's going to fare against heavyweights. He is coming up from cruiserweight. But, I mean, I'm excited to see. It looked like he really put it together tonight. He looked like he improved. He's putting the shots together. Knocks out Tommy Welch. And I think it was the third round. So, great stuff from Richard Riakporhe. Next fight. Jack Catterall versus Echo Essuman. Now, I was interested in this fight because of the fact that Jack Catterall is now training with Bozy Ennis. So I was really interested to see how that fit into his style, what changes Bozy would make. I don't think I covered it in my video, but I was a little worried that Bozy would try to mold him into something that he's not. But, I mean, Jack Catterall looked fantastic. But you could tell Bozy Ennis, instead of molding him into a certain fighter, he just tweaked certain things that he already had. So he kept the base of the fighter that he already was. He kept that style and everything. He just tweaked little things, made him aggressive in certain spots or certain situations, and he really just put it all together against Echo Essuman. He came out for 6 rounds, won all of them, dominated Echo Essuman, dropped him with an uppercut, I think. And then Echo Essuman started fighting back, which, I mean, we knew he would. He has great heart. He's a machine in there. Great pressure fighter. He gave it his all, man. And then a little controversial moment. Echo Essuman, I think he got dropped, but it was a slip. Well, the ref was going to rule it a slip, but I really think he got dropped. So he got dropped, got up, and then as the ref is running to try to break it up, to like have a little reset, Jack Catterall hits him with like a 2 or 3 piece and really drops him for real, which really hurt Echo Essuman bad. He gets up. They resume. Jack Catterall knocks him out. Literally knocked him out of the ring. Like, he hit him and he went through the ropes outside of the ring and was out cold. So, great stuff from Jack Catterall. A little controversial moment, but, you know, it is what it is. I don't think it should take away from anything he did. I think it was Echo Essen was on his way out anyway, because the reason why Echo was coming back, I think, is because Jack Catterall was just looking for the one big shot, kind of stop jab and stop using his jab. And once he went right back on that jab, everything started opening up again. He started to find more openings, and he just put it together and gets the, I think it was 11th round KO. So great stuff from Jack Catterall. Very interested to see who he fights next at the 147 division, which that division about a year ago was looking pretty dry. Now it's looking pretty stacked. Got Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, Jack Catterall, Conor Benn, which we're going to talk about in a little bit with his great performances, dropping back down to 147 as well. You got Rolly, all those champions. So great to see. I'm interested in who Jack's going to fight. If he's going to fight for the IBF, because, you know, Matchroom Fighter holds that. I don't know. Maybe he fights another contender. Maybe he'll go straight to a title shot. I doubt he'll get a title shot. I mean, there's too many guys, not too many big. It's boxing nowadays, which I really think we need to get rid of this, but it's really just who has the biggest name. I mean, Jack Catterall deserves a title shot more than Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia is going to fight Barrios in January, so for the WBC. So, you know, that's just how boxing is. It's disappointing, but that's just what it is. So, very interested to see how Jack Catterall moves on. I'm very interested to see his next fight and what more developments him and Bozy make in the future. Next fight, I picked Kurt Scooby. Second worst prediction I've ever had in my life. Adam Azim wins all 11 rounds. Has Kurt Scooby looking ridiculous. Adam Azim, I think one of the questions I had is just his defense and, you know, chin up, head on the line. That dude was moving his head, rolling shots like he was Canelo. Great combinations, fast hands, powerful, ferocious. He's a fighter. He's not just a boxer. That dude's a fighter, man. He really got a fighting heart, bro. His defense is amazing. Power's amazing. Combinations is amazing. Footwork's amazing. IQ amazing. Punch placement amazing. Positioning amazing. So, I mean, great stuff from Adam Azim. Again, it is Kurt Scooby that he did this against. But to do that to Kurt Scooby and the way he did it is just ridiculous, man. To shut out any fighter like that. Because Kurt Scooby, I mean, he came in shape, ready to win. And you could see from the little spurts that Kurt had when he actually let his hands go, he has some skills. He's not completely garbage. He's not like some regular journeyman you see who just buns out there, look just really for a check, you know. He was out there to win, but he just wasn't good enough, man. Got outclassed. I know he was a short notice replacement, but he still came in there ready to fight. He was talking crazy, and the bully got bullied, man. The bully did get bullied. Adam Ziem, I know he called out Haney. Haney's at 147. I don't think he should fight Haney. I don't know who he should fight next. Maybe Sandor Martin or I mean, if he really wants to step it up, like a Alberto Puello, something like that, would be great to see. And I think he's like two or three fights away at the very most, from fighting for a title. I mean, if he fights for a title next, it'd be a little too early. But would I be that surprised? No, especially you know how Riyadh season do it. Turkey don't care. He'll throw you in there with, if you looking good, he'll throw you in there with the final boss. For real, for real. He don't play none of that. So great stuff from Adam Azim. Now, the main event. I had Conor Benn 11th round TKO. I was wrong, but Conor Benn did win. Amazing performance from Conor Benn. There's a lot to break down in this fight. Let's start with the fact that Conor Benn won every single round, 12-0, and dropped Chris Eubank Jr. twice in the last round to win the rematch, to even at 1-1, to get a win for the Benns, a win that they've been looking for 35 years, since 1990 when Nigel Benn got TKO'd by Chris Eubank Sr. So, I mean, he gets it. He gets one for his family. He gets one for his dad. I mean, amazing stuff, man. Conor Benn. Let's start with Conor Benn. You know, we'll get to the controversies around how Chris Eubank looked. Conor Benn. I already had this in my mind. I mean, I think it was pretty apparent in the first fight if you really pay attention. Conor Benn was always better than Chris Eubank in terms of pound for pound, boxer for boxer, fighter for fight. He's better. The thing was in the first fight, he didn't come in, he didn't use his jab, he didn't set anything up, he didn't throw any shots to the body. He just made it a slugfest. And when you make it a slugfest and throw big shots against a bigger dude, a stronger dude, you're not gonna win that fight. I mean, it doesn't matter how much better you are. You're basically giving him the fight. So in this rematch, I mean, I was kind of concerned because Chris Eubank had Bomac in the corner. And, I should have. I mean, I said it about how he took a beating in the last fight. And, I really should have focused more on the weight and the rehydration, which I kind of did a little bit in my video where I said that Chris kind of looked dead a little bit when he showed him cutting weight. I said the dude looks dead. He looks like he has no energy, like he's gone. But I didn't think it would contribute that much to the fight. Now, actually, before we get to Chris Eubank, Conor Benn, amazing. He put it all together tonight. He boxed very well. I think if he would have did that in the first fight, it would have gone probably the same. Maybe Chris Eubank wins like three rounds, 2 or 3 rounds. Maybe looks a little bit better because I think cutting down the weight, and with the rehydration caused 2 times in like 7 months. The first fight was like 7 months ago. So to do that twice in 7 months takes a real toll on your body. Especially he's 36 years old at the end of his career. Body doesn't recover the same. Things don't work like how they used to. So that did play a factor. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. That definitely played a factor into the fight. But, yeah, man. Conor Benn, I mean, he just looked great. I think he's a real problem at 147, 154. I think he's a problem there. I think he could grab a belt from someone who has a belt like Crocker, Lewis Crocker, something like that. The matchroom fighter from the UK. I missed that fight, so I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm being casual right now. But, yeah, I think his name's Crocker, has a belt right now. From what I've never seen him fight, but I probably have, but I gotta start paying more. I be forgetting names and stuff like that. I gotta pay more attention. But from what I'm hearing, he's a pretty weak champion. People are saying he's not that good. Now, I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt and watch some tape on him because you know how Americans be hating on the UK fighters saying they trash. So, I gotta see for myself. But I think he could. He definitely. I think he beats a Barrios. I think he beats a Crocker. I think he beats a Rolly. The only people I would have him trouble with is maybe a Ryan if he's focused, but the way Ryan's been looking, he knocks out Ryan. I don't know if he beats Norman or Haney. I would have to see that. I don't think he beats neither of them. So I mean, yeah, big player, 154. I think him and Fedor would be a really good fight. I think him and actually, I don't know Fedor. We'll have to see. We go find out. He go fight them all. He not scared. He not ducking no smoke. Great stuff from Conor Benn. Now, Chris Eubank. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I know I got my prediction right, and I want to sit up here. By the way, before we get into it, there's a guy who commented on my short. He was like, Chris Eubank wins again easily. Take this down. And I replied, I was like, why would I take down my thoughts? Like, that doesn't, even if I'm wrong, I'm not going to be a wuss and take it down all because I got it wrong. That's just a part of being a analyst. It happens to the best of them. Nobody gets every fight right. But I was like, let me wait. Because I was pretty confident Conor Benn was going to win. I said, let me wait. As soon as Conor Benn won, I went back to that comment. I replied, I said, now take this down. And he took it down in like 5 minutes. I checked back like 5 minutes later. Comment was gone. So, yeah, but yeah, back to Chris Eubank. So, weight drain, obviously. Legs was gone, no energy, looked like a shell of himself. He looked like him and Bomac were kind of baking on Conor, fighting a little bit emotional, coming in and throwing the big shots. But whenever he touched Chris, instead of like going crazy like he did in the first fight and swinging big shots, he stayed calm, stayed economical with it. Boxed well, didn't go too crazy, didn't get too aggressive, so it didn't leave Chris Eubank a lot of opportunities to counter and catch him with shots. So I mean, there's nothing that's probably the only chance he had at winning this fight. But since Conor wasn't doing that, I mean, it was just done. He wasn't gonna be able to get to him. He didn't have the legs for that. He was just gone, man. I think he should retire. I mean, you move it to 168. Who is he gonna fight? Canelo knocks him out 3 rounds. Shiraz knocks him out in 2 rounds, and Berlanga knocks him out in 1. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I love Chris Eubank. I love Chris Eubank. Like, I really like Chris Eubank. I love Conor Benn, so I love Conor Benn. I like Chris Eubank as well. I love Chris Eubank. It'd be sad to see him go. You know, a guy who never really got that world title. He held the IBO, but that's not an official recognized title. Never won that belt. Every time he kind of stepped it up, he always lost. So it'd be kind of sad to see him go. Just, you kind of would want to see him win at least one fight of that level, at least one time in his career. But I mean, I think it's done. You take 2 beatings back to back. You do that damage to your body by cutting that weight. That does cause damage to your body, especially that first fight. I mean, that's irreversible damage. And the second fight, he looked pretty banged up too. Gets dropped twice and everything. So, I mean, I don't know where he goes from here. I think he should just hang it up. I don't think he will, though. I think we'll see him again, probably against a couple low-level opponents, just get a couple wins. I mean, that dude's a fighter, man. He showed in the first fight. He's born to be a fighter, so I think no matter what, he's gonna keep fighting, man, to the end. But yeah, great stuff, fantastic stuff. Also sitting on the top rank card, Richard Torres gets a round 1 TKO. I think it stopped because he messed up. The dude quit though. His nose wasn't even that bad. And the person was wicked. He was like ow, 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 and they made him stop the fight. It was some BS. Oh, I hit my mic. It was some BS. But Richard Torres gets round 1 TKO. Emiliano Vargas gets a 10-round unanimous decision. And an iffy performance. He could have stopped the dude, but it's good to get the rounds in. Espinosa gets an 11th round TKO. Defense looked a little bit shaky. People are kind of wondering, should he move up? Is the weight cut getting too much for him? Interested to see how that goes. I know Shushu was calling him out on Twitter. Shushu really wants a belt. I think he should get a title fight. He needs a title fight immediately, man. How old is Shushu? Like 26, 27, 28? He needs to get a belt on his waist. He needs to get going. Like, now he got to start fighting the best. And I think he really wants to. It's just nobody really wants to fight him right now. But I think once he gets that belt, everybody's going to want to fight him. I mean, once he gets a belt, I think he's gonna become a real star. I think he has the potential to become a real star in the sport. So I'm interested to see how that goes. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys thought about this event. Hopefully I didn't have the predictions. I mean, my predictions is pretty good. I got 4 right. So I went 4 for 6, but could have did better. But I had some pretty obvious ones, like the Tommy Welch record. That was pretty obvious, but I still had Tommy Welch. And the Adams and Kurt Scoop is really obvious, but I still had Kurt for some reason. Never doing that again. I mean, you live and you learn. You know what I mean? But, yeah. Let me know what you guys think, and see y'all in the next one.